Hi everyone, Nigel here from NigelHR.com. So today I'll share with you a business philosophy, a principle that's close to my heart. Basically, how to build a business that runs without you. All the businesses that I enter, I always set the tone right from the beginning. It needs to be able to run without me. With or without me, it becomes an option that I don't have to work in the business. I can work in it if I want to. Okay. But in it, all businesses that I enter needs to be able to run without me. The same thing I will share and teach you today as well. You got to set the tone right. The reason why you need to build a business that runs without you, there's a few fold, right? The first fold is that to understand how most businesses are formed, they usually formed by people who, let's say, are technicians. You can be a therapist, it can be a plumber, it can be a doctor, it can be whatever, as a skilled worker, a skilled person, technician typically. And then they get this entrepreneurial bug or something annoyed them in the organization that they're working in. And then they start thinking that, oh, I'm going to do this myself. I can do it better. And then what happens is that they start their own business, but it's basically them moving, working for themselves. So from like an employee that work for a boss, they become an employee to themselves. So it's basically they're just shifting their work from one place to another, right? And this is okay if you know what you're doing and that's what you want. Because some people are great being a one-person show or a small organization where all the systems works for the single specialist. This happens with doc specialist surgeons. This happens with specialist therapists, happens with specialist plumbers, whatever it is. Some of them they just want to do the job themselves, and because they know how to do it fast, right, and they don't want to work with processes and people so much. They just want to be able to control the pricing, their timing, and just keep it tight and small. That's perfectly normal and okay as well. However, the reason for this video is not just about that. So I'm an entrepreneur, but I also think like a CEO, right? So I want businesses to run without me because I want to work on the business. I don't be stuck inside. I don't be busy, busy, busy. And when I'm too busy, I just raise my prices, which again, as I said, is okay. But I like scale. I like more complexity. So what I like to do is that I build businesses that can run without me, where then I start focusing on the larger scale projects that fits to the business. So from the beginning, you're gonna set the tone. You must want to build a business that runs without you. If you don't want, skip this video. This doesn't suit you. But if you do want, another benefit of being able to work on the business on a when you want to rather than you have to basis is also that it frees you up, okay, to either focus on working the business. You can have more time to exercise, spend time with loved ones, go for courses, or start another business, whatever it is. Another point, the benefit of creating a business that can run without you is that you have sorted out your succession planning. That means that the business will run without you. We establish that. But number two, should you just want to, don't listen to, don't handle the business for a long time, you can always hire a CEO. You can always hire people. All the business can run on its own, just like that. Succession planning is sorted. And all this, what happens is that it makes the business very valuable to investors, to PE companies, because what they want to see is that they want to buy companies that are resilient and that can run on its own, right? So if you take a company where there's a single solo practitioner who earns 100 grand a year, on working on themselves, yeah, sure. Some PE companies may just offer to buy them at, let's say, a multiple of 5, 10, 5x, 10x, of the annual profits, because they have to lock in the main practitioner inside or main technician inside. However, if I have a business where I have a few technicians working the ground, working the business, and it's running without me, whether I'm alive or not, I'm still there or not, it runs without me, I will assure you the multiple multiplication factors is going to be a lot higher than 510. We're looking at 10, 15, 20, even up to 50x, because it depends how valuable it is and how systematized it is, right? So it becomes very valuable. You got a lot more time. Your succession planning is sorted out. These are the three things that is the key benefits of building a business that runs without you. So the question is that, how do I do that, Nigel? How do I build a business that runs without me? So the real answer is in point number 2 over here. You got to systematize. So systematize is like a fancy word, right? It's a fancy word for recipe. If you go, if let's give a recipe that everybody can understand. Say I want to have a scrambled eggs, right? Then you open a recipe books how to make a scrambled egg. They say you need eggs, you need some oil or butter, you need a pan, you need a place that can create fire. They'll tell you, okay, crack your eggs into a bowl, discard the shells, turn on the pan, put the butter in, put the oil in, and then when it's warm enough, hot enough, put your eggs in, then heat up and cook a little bit, and scramble a little bit. Don't cook it too long. Take it out just before it fully cooks. Ta-da! You got scrambled eggs. You follow this recipe, and then you're always going to get scrambled eggs. There's a systematized the same thing as recipes. Okay, it's just a bit more complex because there's multiple recipes together, back to back to back. So what you got to do to systematize a business is firstly, you got to document every task, every process, and you make these instructions, information easily found in a central location. You can use Dropbox, you can use Google Sheet, right? And once you have all this information instruction in place, you got to train your people, okay? You have to train them step by step. You have to transfer this process using our IVU method. So for example, say let's go use the example of the scrambled eggs again. So if I run a restaurant and I'm selling scrambled eggs as part of the menu. So like I told you about the scrambled eggs preparation just now, you need your eggs, you need your butter, you need your pan, you need your spatula, and then you need your bowl where you put the uncooked eggs, and put the bowl where you put the cooked eggs. And that is a recipe. Okay. I means I show you how I cook the scrambled eggs. I should have processed step by step as I follow the recipe. I will also read the recipe out, get them to read the recipe. So I do it maybe around 7 days. They follow me and they observe. Day 8 onwards, we create scrambled eggs together, maybe for 1-2 weeks. Right? So first week, I demonstrate, they follow and observe. Second week, okay, I'm amazed that you got to tweak 1-2 weeks, depending on how complex the task is, right? And then second step is we do together. They get involved with the process of the egg scrambling. The third stage of it, they do it, I observe. And if I observe them to be hitting the recipes most of the time, 90, 95%, 100% of the time, they're good. Your job, my job, is to make sure that all the processes are in place in order where the people who join us can easily follow it, find it and follow it. And I have to review these processes all the time to improve it, to improve the efficacy of it, to decrease redundancies. And then as the business grows, I can hire people to take my place to teach others, to recruit others and teach them as well. And that's how the business grows. And this can be applied at every part of the business. So from the technical standpoint, where there are therapists, there are doctors, they are egg scramblers, that's the technical part of it. You can also have the same methodology to hiring your receptionists, your front desk, your admin people, your back end, your accounting, your finance, your sales people. For those who fund facing with clients, you can have a common script with the common questions, common leading points, and then that's the basic system that you have. Remember, systems and processes runs the business. See, systems and processes runs the business. Who runs the processes and systems? Humans, people. So we hire people to train them using the systems and processes to run the business. And this is the flow of it, right? And of course, you need the right tools. Okay, in some places, most of the time you need to pay for good tools, right tools that will help the business go to the next level. and you need to constantly reevaluate. The common questions that people tell me, oh, I got to pay people. I got to, because I need to hire, I got to pay people, it's going to cost me more money. My profit margin will drop. Of course, in the beginning, it would drop. Um, if you are planning to do a one-person show, one man, one woman show, it may not make sense. But if you're planning for, if you're like me, you're planning for scale, okay? Like you're not happy with just, with just one business. You want to go to like 3 locations, 5 locations. At scale, the profits will always make sense as long as you scale right. So this is the basic foundation on how you build a business that runs without you. You got to first set the tone. The tone is that you build a business that you want to build a business that runs without you, to free up your time, to increase the valuation of your business, to make it easy for succession planning. When you systematize, you make it easy to hire, rehire, retrain when people leave, people come and go. And what else? Man, there's just so many. And it's just you free up time to do so much more stuff. And that's what the basis, the premise of how I build businesses that run without me. What about you? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, or subscribe to my channel, and look forward to sharing more with you. Take care. Bye.